T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds. T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
It's the fact that we still have that up there.
Child, Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. A little late tonight, but of course, the most dominating tag team in Women's Wrestling Talk history, the Salt Shakkas. Of course, me, the senior writer here at Women's Wrestling Talk, along with your host tonight, along with the EIC, your girl's favorite wrestler. We are here, and we...
Bobby, you already know what's good.
Bobby, you already know. You already know. We listen. We not even gonna waste no time. I had to give a moment of silence for that because listen, Trey Miguel is on his way to Slammiversary.
Yes. Hi, TK. All the shenanigans you didn't put us through a few minutes ago, trying to stream and everything. Y'all don't understand. We sat there. I tried to put Nikki on the screen.
We did.
It just did not work.
But before that, we did see 2 amazing interviews with Deanna Purrazzo.
I'm glad you enjoyed that because that was all me back there. I was laying on the couch. It just had to play in the background.
Listen. Y'all know how we get down over here. It's the Impact Wrestling post show. Listen, Trey Miguel, Bobby, is going to.
Austin might be going crazy. Kenny King had a lot to say,
Listen,
let's go into
Trey Miguel got the victory. And of course, I got my Trey Miguel shirt on. Listen, we ain't going to spend too much time because, listen, yes, he got the win tonight. But we have to stay focused, You already know how, Impact announced 2 cities in July. They will be going to Atlanta, Georgia, July 1st and 2nd. And then turning around and hopping back to Kentucky in the same place they did the the Slugfest. And it's about to get crazy. So that's all after Slammiversary, but right now we got to focus on this right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Kenny King. Listen, a lot of people here at Women's Wrestling Talk are fans of Kenny King. Kenny King tuned in, to the Creek Squad.
He did.
I just personally listen. It has to be Trey. It has to be Trey.
Oh, it will air at the same time as SmackDown.
Yeah, and so will So
Oh yeah,
will,
because it's July 1st.
yeah.
The start of my birthday month.
And here we are. And here we are. I don't know though. I personally, this is a good. This is a good set. We still have two
Mhm.
more competitors. I'm gonna ask you,
Mhm.
who do you believe will be the final two competitors in this Ultimate X match?
I
Bobby,
have no idea. I mean, it could be Blake Christian. I don't. I personally really don't know. I still want Chris Bay to be a part of this. I really do. I
obviously.
mean, him being left off the match card, it just doesn't sit right with me.
Mm.
It doesn't. Like it doesn't sit right with me that we don't have your girl's favorite wrestler on the match card for this Ultimate X championship. It
I
sucks.
mean,
I feel like he deserves another opportunity somehow, some way.
maybe he'll get that opportunity next week.
I don't know. Maybe.
Anybody else?
Um, if not Chris Bay, then I'm hoping for a surprise.
Okay.
Like I feel like the last entrant to this Ultimate X should be like TNA like
Mm.
legend. Like
Mm.
throw Kurt Angle.
I'm gonna look at the roster right quick too, because honestly, like
Aiden Prince.
Aiden Prince, that is an actual good one.
Yeah.
Because we saw him go against Ace Austin
Hmm.
recently. Um,
He also had the match with Rich Warren coming up next week.
that is true.
Hmm.
I will say, I feel like Matt Cordona might find his way into the match, but I think that we might see a match between him and Rich Swann.
Yeah.
Uh, but I also, I want Eddie Edwards to find his way. I don't know. With the competitors we have though, like
This is a
mm,
really nice, we have three competitors we already seen wrestle in the ring before.
yep,
Kenny King is kind of like that, a little bit of that wild card right now, because I personally haven't seen him match up with these three.
yeah.
I haven't. I'm unsure if they have before anyway. You
Well,
have
Trey
three.
Miguel and Kenny King fight Saturday
Well, yeah, but
for that Revolver remix.
yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I'm just very interested to see like who the other two people could be. I really would like the last person to be like anonymous and let them come out like at Slammiversary.
That's fair,
Spice it up a little bit.
just a little bit, because I honestly think like it could go so many ways. We could see. Um, Bobby makes a good point here. We will see former WWE wrestler be a big surprise for Ultimate X. Do you know Bobby? Do you know something that we don't?
Obviously, Bobby got the insights. Like
Because I
he's
feel
the
like it's
Impact insider.
I feel like it's gonna be Kurt. Like I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. I'm saying
I
it
said
now.
Kurt. I'm like, look, let
Yeah,
the it could be Kurt Angle.
let it be
He
Kurt.
just got his new knees. You know what I'm
It should
saying?
be AJ Styles, but
It
that's
should be, but I don't. WWE allowed the Forbidden Door to be open with Mickey James, but will they
and
allow it to be for AJ Styles? I feel like AJ
put
Styles,
him
like
in this
there,
match.
you
Put him in this match.
let him win it.
I ain't say all that now. Trey Miguel can
That's
knock him
cool,
off
but
and
just
his
to
ass back
swerve
to WWE.
everybody, just to swerve everybody and make people think that he will win.
Yeah,
But
that's a
in
good
ultimate end, it's gonna be Speedball.
girl. Hell no. Ace Austin gonna retain before Speedball.
How do you know?
I just don't feel like. I feel like if they were gonna put the Rocket on Speedball, they would have given Speedball the X Division Championship when Ace was given it. I don't know, but it could happen. Child, to be honest, anybody could win. Kenny King could win. Honestly. But of course, I mean, before the impact, of course, we were tuned in, with Gia Miller and Josh Matthews. And we got this match here, of course, really good match. Laredo Kid did defeat Black Taurus. And I didn't have any expectations for this match, but I thought it was not gonna be that good, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be that good. It was way better than what I was expecting.
I'm glad you said his name right, though. I will say that.
I'm getting better.
Like Lindsay Laredo or something. I mean, I think Black Taurus is a phenomenal wrestler, and I'm a fan of the high flyers. I love high flyers wrestlers, and Laredo Kid. I mean, I didn't really expect much. It was great to be on BTI for them. It was a nice way to kind of get people prepared and kind of be like the little bit of a kickoff for going into Impact with having Trey and Alex start out the show basically. So I mean, I think that was a way.
Even though our stream was messing up.
Huh?
Even though our stream was messing up.
Yeah, it was awful. I mean,
I was like, why should they start off with Trey?
And there it is.
And there it is every time.
But they're gonna always let Trey open the show. Like it's very rare that you see Trey be like in the middle of the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not like how they did you back to back that time with Deanna and Trey. That was double homicide.
I'm talking about.
And they did it twice though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They did it twice.
Yeah.
They gave me the same.
And I was there the second time. But
here we are.
It's a new fold. We're going into Slammiversary, so anything is possible. But moving right along, we did have a very legendary match between Chris Sabin and I'm gonna try to pronounce his name. I think I have it, but Frankie Kazarian.
Southern people always try to put a aura like you guys really like you guys will really put a U in somebody's name. Literally.
Ooh, it was a good match.
They'd be hilarious.
I was trying to get quotes for, of course, the Impact recap that's out now. And of course, we do that every week. I saw Impact Wrestling Twitter page this week use my hashtag. So shout out to them for that.
Thank you.
Man, it was like Impact recap. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool.
We love to see it. Okay.
I know we love to see it. But of course, this match ended in no contest. To be honest, I think that's for the best.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? This is next week, of course. I'm sorry. And then we moved on to seeing all the debacle with Ring of Honor. And, I don't know. It's getting a little crazy. And, I'm still going to support Eddie Edwards no matter what. But I don't know. It's just too much. Like, what are they going to do?
They're running terror on Impact as of right now. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they're doing as of right now. So it's like, all right, what else we got?
There's no need for it.
Why is that?
Because, I just feel like, Eddie, I get your point. All the other people in Ring of Honor, I get your point. I mean, Honor No More, I get your point. But, baby, I'm tired.
I mean, that's a good one, Bobby.
They're going to get
more versus TNA Originals.
Yeah, I was just about to say,
if that's another match card where they go grab some of the OGs TNA wrestlers,
wouldn't that put like Chris Sabin and them in that match and not
it would.
out of the possibility of being in the X Division match? Because obviously it's going to be a 10-man tag.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, I mean, they're not the only OGs of TNA.
Correct.
So, come on, Jeff Jarrett.
Girl, he needs to be the referee like he was for Matt Cardona and
Girl, the ghetto. Nick Adonis, whatever.
Aldis.
Whatever.
I always butcher his name too. I don't know, child. All I know is, child, everybody is fishing for their spot at Slammiversary, and one match that I do think that we will see is Moose versus Sammy Callahan. Because, baby, let me tell you something about Moose. He was scared tonight. Okay. There was some flashing going on, and baby, I don't really think he's ready for the death machine, baby. I don't know.
No, I mean, he's the reason why he wasn't seen in a minute though.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's time to like reap what you sow. Now you're about to like you thought what you were doing to Josh Alexander was all fun and games, but now the games have returned. They turned on you. Now it's time for you to see what it's like when you do things to people and you get the consequences.
The consequences is true.
You want to walk around here like you're the god of wrestling. You're in your god mode or whatever. Use your powers to strike down on the devil.
Oh, well, girl, you said that. Before we get to the last men's match, we also had Bhupinder Kajar and W. Morrissey, of course, their new tag. They defeated Raj Singh and Shira. You know, in a little cute little brawl or whatever. I want more.
Cute little brawl.
Cute little brawl. I want more for Morris.
Is this a pudding match? Like, what is this?
I want more for Morris.
This is a male gimmick match. Like, a little cute match. That's funny.
Yeah.
That is
Justin said he pissed off.
No, he said that pissed off Steve Macklin because next week Macklin and Moose will take on Moose and Morrissey and PCO Granddaddy.
Yeah, Bhupinder does have some potential.
You know, PCO he gonna always be somewhere.
That motherfucker gonna stick around.
Like he's old. Like when I say that you can put him anywhere.
Anywhere.
Put him in Ultimate.
Child, listen. With that being said, honey,
Granddaddy and Ultimate X.
a few matches that we will have next week before we get into the final thing for the men's tonight. We will see Mike Bennett and Matt Saban take on Heath and Rhino. If y'all know anything, y'all know I'll be struggling with those names.
I don't see it now.
I don't either. And then we also have Matthew Ringwald and Rich Swann going at it next week. And to be honest, y'all, I really love Drama King, and I'm really excited to really see him get back into the ring. It's really been since like Bound for Glory, like before then, I think. I mean, I know he was in the Gauntlet for Gold and everything, but as far as like one-on-one competition, it's been a while. So happy to see him. I wonder are we gonna have a shift in commentary since he won't be on commentary, obviously, during his match?
Probably. They probably will.
That's so. But let me tell you something. I was not expecting Violent by Design to get the victory. I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't.
It's not a good look. For any of the champions. It's not. But honestly, I think that this is a way to like say that okay, we have a win over you and your team, but come Slammiversary, you're not gonna win. If Eric Young walks out of Slammiversary holding that title, I'm gonna jump over there and whoop his ass myself.
Really?
I know he's a legend in TNA. I know. I get that. I understand that.
Yeah.
However, I'm going what you are. This is the new generation right around here.
As bad as I don't want to see Josh lose,
Mm-hmm.
I will probably be standing there in shock, and I will probably have to give him a silent little like. Because the timing is horrible, right?
It's awful.
But the timing is right.
It is,
The
but it's
timing
awful.
is awful for
Because I
Josh
mean, it could play a
Alexander,
big part. Like
but the timing is
Scott
right
Demore to
for
get
Eric
involved.
Young.
Scott
It's
Demore
crazy.
to get involved.
And if
Team
you
Canada
guys,
to get involved.
I mean, and if you guys don't know, me and Santana, we've slowly been on this journey of watching Slammiversaries, and you know, we've they've been a little shaky. The one we watched, you know, we was trying to get into it, but then we had to pause for something else.
Yeah, we
But
did.
we are slowly starting to be more fluid with the history of Eric Young, especially with the video packages we've seen. And I just,
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm still gonna be rooting for Josh.
I'm
I
definitely gonna
want
be rooting for Josh.
Eric Young to win. I don't.
Mm.
I understand he's a legend in Impact, all that good stuff, but who cares? A lot of people care, but still, who cares?
Right now, that is honestly, yeah. Who does? Because honestly, Josh deserves to be champion. And that's just what it is, honestly. A good match tonight, but yeah, Violent by Design didn't get the surprise victory. And very surprisingly, the Briscoes will also be defending their Impact World Tag Team Championships against the Good Brothers.
At least
Sunday,
I get a
June.
little bit of Bullet Club to look at.
Oh,
I mean, at least I get a little bit of Bullet Club to look at since the other two are not there. You know, I don't know. They may listen. They may pop up. Well, one of them is not going to be there because he has other engagements taking place over in New Japan. So
mm,
I won't be able to see him at all.
I don't know. I don't know if Chris Bay is going to take a break and then we haven't seen him and then he's the surprise entry in that Ultimate X match.
I would not be upset. I would be extremely happy. That would make my night. Honestly,
I feel you. I feel you.
it
Because
would make my night.
we've already seen Chris Bay in the Ultimate X match.
We know what he can do.
You know what he can do? You know, Trey was successful that last time. So I'm hoping for another one. But I would like to see Chris Bay at least involved in the match or the match card somehow, some way. But that's all for the men tonight. We're gonna close it out. Do you guys think that we will see Chase Owens from Bullet Club to show up at Impact Wrestling Slammiversary? Okay, so I don't know who Chase Owens is.
He's over in New Japan. I mean, it's possible.
I want to see
Depending,
Cal Fantasma.
depending, depending on maybe in regards to like the Good Brothers, you know, and their match with the Briscoes. We know that the first time when the Briscoes and the Good Brothers wrestled was at the Multiverse, and Jay White and Chris Bay did get involved to cost them the match.
Correct.
Second go round, we don't really know who could be popping up to be a distraction for the Good Brothers to take those titles off of, you know, or be the distraction to help them win the match. We really don't know.
We really don't. And honestly, we'll just have to wait and see because Slammiversary is heating up.
It is, and I mean we consider it to be less than a month away. Honestly.
3 weeks. technically.
To this day. Well, not to this day, but on Sunday,
Yeah.
it'll be to this day.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
So
here we are.
here we are. Well, that's all for the men, like we said, for tonight. So we have to, of course, move on to the most dominating women's division of all time. Of course, the beautiful knockouts. And honestly,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that we finally get. Well, let me say, I was happy that I finally get to see Masha Slamovich go up against someone who I feel like would give her a lengthy match. However, this match was not even that long, honestly. Masha Slamovich did defeat Havok. Um,
I can't even tell you what the hell happened. The
it
match
happened
ended so
quick.
quickly.
So quick.
I have no idea what happened. I
I
don't.
mean, I guess that's good for Masha because it was announced on before the impact that she has a kill wall
Mm-hmm.
of people who she's defeated or wants to defeat.
Yeah.
And if you notice, there are a lot of people on that list.
Mm-hmm. There are.
And it's crazy. Like,
I mean, we could see that
yeah.
next because it seemed to me like Havok was a little upset. Like, Rosemary and all of them came out there to try to check on her, and she kind of
Oh,
pushed Rosemary.
the words
What
had
happened?
Oh yeah, we just
Yeah, we said that. Yeah. So
we made
we know that they're going to be on the line. The tag team title is going to be on the line for with the Briscoes and the Good Brothers. But I mean, towards the end, like like when the match was over, with, she kind of pushed Rosemary. And she's like upset. So I'm like, what's that about? Yeah,
to
she did beat former
it
knockout.
was too much for me.
I didn't like Masha in Impact is way different from Masha like seeing her on the Indies. Her
Yeah.
hair is different, you know, like her aura is a little bit different, her little video package she put together about all the people she been crossing off with that damn paint she had on. Um,
I'm scared.
I thought she was gonna do a ritual or some shit.
Child, I'm scared because I seen Deanna and I was just like, oh, here we go, Lord.
I mean, we did say we want her to have some more matches with legitimate talent,
Knockouts. Yeah.
And I mean, Havok is a legitimate
What
one,
happens? Yeah.
but I don't know what happened in this match. um, maybe Rosemary could be next to try to avenge, Havok's loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know.
I
That
don't
could
know.
be next.
It could be next, but let's hope that Masha can keep this
This
momentum.
momentum. Yeah.
Yeah, because it looks good with now she
Mhm.
put Havok under her belt. Excuse me, Lord Jesus.
That was
Now this next match I thoroughly enjoyed. Like I didn't know what to expect when I heard that this match was happening, but Jordynne
Mhm.
Grace versus Chelsea Green, and I mean, yo, like they were really giving it to each other. And I mean, we saw a lot of spots from Chelsea like going crazy on Jordynne. I really thought for a moment that Chelsea was going to pull out this victory, but she couldn't do it. Let me ask you this. What
Mhm.
do you think it takes to beat a competitor like Jordynne Grace?
I mean, it's like strategy.
Mhm,
You have to study Jordynne Grace as a wrestler
mhm,
and a capitalist as well. You have to
yeah,
look at first of all. I mean, you can't not unnotice her undeniable strength that she does have,
mhm,
and how tough she is, and the fact that she won't stop until you literally have to beat the hell out of Jordynne Grace
yeah,
in order for her to not get back up
mhm,
or pull something out of the arsenal that's just could easily just win the match like she did with Chelsea Green. I mean, but Chelsea Green, hardcore Chelsea Green, she's lived up to that name.
She has.
She's taken on the best of the best, and I mean, she did a beautiful off the apron senton on Jordynne. It was really nice. So I mean, it's you just with Jordynne Grace, you really have to study her and know what her weaknesses are. Every powerhouse has a weakness.
I wonder, like, I know if I was facing Jordynne, it wouldn't even be a physical for me. I think it would have to be, like you said, a mental game.
Yeah.
Because if we think about it, Jordynne Grace has kind of just, she hasn't been in the championship opportunity in a very long time.
No, but she managed to stay relevant.
Yeah, and she always demands that sense of dominance and presence. And I'm wondering, because we've talked about Queen of the Mountain, and we'll get into it a little later because we'll talk about some more competitors in that match. But I think when we've talked about it as a consensus, and even when we've talked about it with other people, Jordynne Grace is that one person that a lot of people seem not to be choosing.
Yeah.
And I think that will soon to be shown as a mistake, because if you think about it, she's the only one that has competed with the men in the Ultimate X match. Now she is going on to compete. And honestly, like, these are good people. These are some good people too, Bobby.
You talk about that twerking bitch.
That is her. And Queen, I mean,
now I like Queen Amita. I like her. But that twerking girl, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch. What is it? Battle Slam, Fight for Vendetta, Fight for Atlanta. Yeah, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah,
the whole match was a twerking contest. See who can out twerk each other.
That joke was
very
fun.
entertaining though. But
very entertaining. But I don't know. I thought the match between Jordynne Grace and Chelsea was a good matchup. And I think that a lot of people outside of Impact, I don't think Chelsea has this problem, but I think in Impact, some people are like, oh, Chelsea's all tall. And I think every week she always kind of sucks because she came back to compete after a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And she loses. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Jordynne capitalizes on the momentum that she has going into the very important and very historic match at Slammiversary. But before we get into all of that, you know, it wouldn't be Impact Wrestling without the face, right? You have to have the face of Impact Wrestling, right? The virtuoso Deonna Purrazzo. Poor Gia Miller, you know?
No, Gia Miller is the face. Like, look at hers. She looks terrified.
She does. Oh my goodness. Poor Gia Miller. You know, let me tell you, if anybody gonna give Gia Miller her toughest interviews, it's definitely gonna be Deonna. But you know what? In return, you know who gives 9 times out of 10 when Deonna posts those pictures, it's Gia Miller who has taken it. You know what I'm saying? But of course, you know, Deonna Purrazzo comes out, the face of the Knockouts division, the face of Impact Wrestling. And, you know, she tells Gia after Gia has been, you know, honestly, no one has asked this question since Under Siege besides me. So shout out to Gia Miller for trying to figure out why, you know, Mia Yim came out on Deonna Purrazzo. Well, of course, the virtuosa has to let it be known. Anytime someone comes into Impact Wrestling or wants to prove themselves or wants to make a name for themselves, they have to go after the virtuoso. And what I find to be funny is that, are we ever going to get a one-on-one match between Deanna and Mia Yim? Or are we just going to save that down the line, since we know now that Mia Yim is here to stay for at least 6 months to a year?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to circle back after Slammiversary, or are we going to get that one-on-one match? Because, I mean, obviously it's not going to happen next week. But I'm very curious to know. Now, even more to that Mia Yim story, Mia Yim isn't coming into Impact Wrestling as under the radar. It seems like the Impact Knockouts World Champion Tasha Steelz has plans for Mia Yim moving forward. It makes me wonder, are they on the path to take out Mia Yim out of this match before we even get to Slammiversary?
I don't know. I mean, with Mia facing Savannah next week, I mean, they could try to take her out, but I don't think she'll. So if they tried to take her out, they could have this storyline as to where, like, oh well, Mia isn't medically cleared to wrestle or something like that, and they could bring in another former knockout champion in.
I mean, who
could it be? I don't know.
I mean, if you think of the long history of the knockout,
maybe it was Gail freaking Kim.
I would be so pissed. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I would be pissed.
If it's Gail Kim.
It should be Mickie James, though. Like, we're in Nashville. It's hardcore country. I mean,
Mickie James hasn't been seen in a minute. I know Mickie James has been wrestling on NWA.
Well, she's been in London.
Yeah.
With the Grown Ass Women podcast.
Sure. So I wouldn't mind seeing Tara. Tara would be that girl. Taylor Wilde too.
You know, wow.
She would be. But Tara, yeah. Bring out the spider.
You know, we would love to see Angelina Love.
We would. But I would want Angelina Love to be for Madison Rain.
Yeah. Because they don't have anything going on right now.
No. Bring out Velvet. Come on, Velvet. You can take a minute off of commentary for NWA, and you and Angelina can come on over to Impact TNA for one last time, you know, and see an old friend.
I'm just very, very curious on Tasha Steelz's plans next week. Of course, Santana had already told you guys, come on now. Savannah Evans versus Mia Yim is about to go dumb. Like, that new render,
it's fire.
Fire.
I love it.
And I'm honestly, like, I really don't know who and what and how Tasha is going to. She literally extends Deanna an offer to take out one of their opponents, because obviously Chelsea and Deanna are going to be working together. Deanna and Tasha are possibly going to be working together. Of course, Team Adams. Jordynne is in this position alone, so I'm sure that her and Mia Yim are going to work together as much as they can.
Yeah.
What is Tasha? How is Tasha really? I just feel like Tasha's about to manipulate all of this, and she's going to pan it some way into having Deanna
do the dirty work.
Something big is gonna happen next week, and I'm just like, if Savannah's facing Mia Yim and Tasha Steelz is on the same, you know, on commentary and everything. Will Deanna even out the odds and turn on Tasha, or will not turn, because obviously their relationship lies outside of Impact Wrestling. But when I guess I just wasn't expecting Tasha to do this whole like, I'm not after you. I'm not like, and I'm like, wow, like Tasha is really playing the mind games. We're only 3 weeks away from this historic match. And as we all know, Tasha Steelz is the first and only woman in Knockout to win an Ultimate X match. So she does have
the advantage.
And Jordynne and Chelsea are kind of creeping up behind her. Yana and Mia Yim, and we all know Mia Yim has had a, spectacular match in the 6-sided cage with Rosemary.
I feel like they should bring that back.
Yeah.
Like, let it be for Mia Yim and Deanna, though.
Whew. I'm gonna
that
go
would go crazy, because I don't think Deanna's been in that match before. Like,
no, I don't think.
So it would be nice to bring that back.
Like Madison and them have.
Yeah,
I do want to
bring it back
see
for them.
Madison get back into the singles competition, though. I do feel like Madison should be a part, but I know, as we've seen with the interviews with Savannah and Deanna, they talked about her playing in the background. You know, the photo shoot that they did for the basketball photo shoot, which was cool, and then all of the OnlyFans stuff that we see and stuff. So maybe Madison is just kind of taking a back seat, but it would be, at least for one night, it would be nice to see something. I just don't understand. If you look at the men's Ultimate X match, there are a total of 4 men who have already been contested: Kenny King, Trey Miguel, Speedball. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Ace Austin, of course, the champion. And then there's 2 more. There's 5 here.
Yeah.
Is there?
You think they'll add another person?
Yes.
To make it even.
They have to.
Well, the Queen of the Mountain is like.
Oh, thank you.
Later. You know, like.
You don't think it's going to be 6 competitors?
Maybe that's 6 competitors tied back, but they got to be former champions, though. Like, that's the whole thing.
They do have to be former
champions. And Taya is a former Knockouts champion.
And if Mia Yim is taken out, that leaves 1 or 2 more spots. I don't know. I just think it could be Mickie James. I just don't see Mickie James staying away from this match.
So I wouldn't personally want Mia Yim to be taken out.
Me neither. Absolutely not. But
I mean, we need a powerhouse like Jordynne Grace.
For your girl right now. Because listen, like.
But if she gets taken out, then, and if that's to say they want to do like a wild card where they say like this person here doesn't necessarily have to have been a person to be a former knockout champion, then they throw in Savannah Evans. Then what?
Then Tasha's retaining.
Is she? Is she really, though?
I think Savannah's gonna play a part. Possibly. I just don't think this is, and I could be wrong, but I'm just playing devil's advocate here. I just don't think this is what we're gonna see. And I'm not saying it couldn't be. Like, I just feel like either someone's added or something's happening. But when I look at this, it looks very incomplete.
I just feel like there's some things that are missing. Su Yung could make an appearance. We haven't seen Su Yung in a very long time.
Yeah.
Or they can pop up on,
I don't think Tasha's scared. Yeah, it's like something has to, because look, before we went into the multiverse,
Mm-hmm.
at first I don't even think Jordynne Grace was even in the damn match.
No, she was in there. They switched. They switched out Speedball for Chris Bay.
Right, and then there was another switch. I don't know. It was crazy. It was just crazy. When I look at this one more time, y'all.
It's somebody that's gonna be added, or this really just could be what it is. It really could be.
I don't know.
It could be just those 5 girls.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I hope we get to see Deanna and Tasha go one-on-one before, because we saw Chelsea and Jordynne.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're seeing, of course, next week, you guys, Mia Yim, Savannah Evans.
Tasha and Mia Yim.
It should have been Deanna and Mia Yim.
No, I think they're gonna save them for something else. Maybe Against All Odds.
That's it. That I don't know though. I just feel like
They could be too early for it. They could push it to Bound for Glory.
That could happen.
Where they bring the 6-sided cage back.
That would go crazy.
I would love for that to happen. I really would. I would love to see that. I would love to see Deanna inside of that cage. I would love to see Mia Yim back inside that cage where she once was before with Rosemary. Mickey James been in there before with Tara. Maybe Mickey James and Tasha Steelz could be in that cage.
I still think they gotta run their little.
I mean, they do. I mean, Tasha already said it. Like, Mickey, don't think I'm done with you because I'm not. I'm not done with you. So,
well, I already know you're going with me again next week. But do you have any with what Tasha said? What do you think? Do you think Deanna is going to take up the offer in what it looks like to take out Mia Yim before Slammiversary?
So what I think is that, okay, so Savannah and Mia have the match. Mia wins. Tasha comes in, she attacks Mia Yim. Her and Savannah start jumping her. Then Deanna comes out. Deanna makes it seem like she's going to maybe get in the ring, and then she kind of halts and be like, you know what? Nah. Then Tasha's like, well, what are you doing? Like, I thought we had a deal or whatever, stuff like that. So then Mia Yim is back there beating the hell out of Savannah as to toss her ass out, and then she started beating on Tasha Steelz, and then it's like Tasha Steelz and Deanna go backstage. It's like, damn, Deanna, what happened? You and I had an agreement out of this and that. And then Deanna's like, I don't follow nobody's orders. I'm the virtuosa, okay? Know that. So, and then that happens. Listen, if you need somebody to run your TV,
I like that, but I still think Deanna is going to attack. Like, once Mia Yim is done with Savannah and beating and trying to beat Tasha, I still think Deanna's gonna come in and try to beat Mia Yim.
She might. But Tasha and Savannah will have no dealing with it. Like, they will already probably be out of the ring while Deanna puts Mia Yim in an armbar. So that Deanna can be like, I went out there and did what I did because I wanted to. Not because you made an offer with me, not because you made a deal with me. Where were you laid out on the side of the ring? Where was Mia Yim locked in my armbar? We're not the same.
But they did, like, everybody was passing words tonight on, listen, the knockouts, they don't waste no time. When the show go off, baby, they argue. Do you hear me?
Mia Yim's like, honestly, Mia is funny as hell. She like is. The whole New York.
Yeah. Oh, that was funny.
It was hilarious.
Deanna was taking shots at her and Tasha. It was just crazy. But one thing that we do know is, of course, every week we will be here with the post show. And until Slammiversary, it's gonna be talked about over and over again. The knockouts are making history yet
Yeah.
again. Nashville, Tennessee Fairgrounds. If you have not gotten your tickets, please get your tickets now. The Salt Shakkas will be in the building. Queen of the Mountain for the Knockouts World Championship. This has never ever taken place. Never. Okay? Deanna Peraza. Chelsea Green, your Impact Knockouts World Champion Tasha Steeles, of course. Jordynne Grace and Mia Yim, Sunday, June 19th. And of course, if you cannot make the event, it will be live on pay-per-view, live on Impact Plus for insiders on YouTube and also on Fight TV. And of course, the week before, we will be giving you the full prediction list of who we think will walk away. Of course, we have no problem reiterating this as much as possible. Before we get out of here, because y'all, listen, this was a really, really, really good show. A really good show. And I really enjoyed it. And, you just never know what you're going to get. But you do know that if you're tuned in to Women's Wrestling Talk live on Twitch, here is a full rundown of what's to come every week. So starting on Sunday, of course, this Sunday is going to be a little different because you're getting the AEW Double or Nothing post show with the Salt Shakkas. Now, before that, we will be joining the Dynamite Dolls for Turnbuckle Glam. All things fashion, all things wrestling, all things looks, all things glam. So make sure you guys tune in to that. On Monday, of course, the Salt Shakers will be back for the news, going over everything that you missed over the weekend. And of course, then we will join you again after Monday Night Raw for that post show on Tuesday. Come back to Women's Wrestling Talk. We'll be doing some live streams and we'll be having some interviews and some other things go on. Also, check out some old videos.
Put me to work.
Slowly we getting it together. And then, of course, on Wednesday, you guys come back for the AEW Dynamite post show. Of course, all of the aftermath after Double or Nothing will be presented by the Dynamite Dolls, Al and Mika. On Thursday next week, it will be a very loaded show. Of course, first and foremost, you got NXT and NXT UK recap show with Katrina and Stephanie. And by the way, when we do this, when me and Santana do this, we're not reading off of a fucking script. Okay? We're literally doing this from the dome. Okay, so this is why it's taking us forever.
Technically, the news is supposed to be first, and then
Thursday, yes, the news is first on Thursday, technically, and then we will have another post show on Impact Wrestling next Thursday. But before that, it's your every 2 week lovely dose of the Creep Squad with Lovely and Faye Jackson. So make sure you check that out too. And that's all on Thursday. So Thursday is very jam-packed. So just make sure you tune in and stay tuned in and you're following. Of course, on Friday, you are going to be getting the SmackDown and Rampage after show. Now, that will also take place tomorrow. And then, of course, on Saturday, we have a post show for all things indies. And then you'll come back on Sunday, of course, for Turnbuckle Glam. Now, a lot of shows. Make sure you turn your notifications off so you can be aware of all of the amazing shows that we have. And yeah, I mean, just stay with us.
Rampage is at 5:30 p.m. Central Time, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, and then of course SmackDown's at this regular time, 7:00 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna try to be here for SmackDown and Rampage tomorrow, y'all, because I I have some prior engagements per usual. I'm always doing something on Fridays, like, you know what I'm saying? But I will definitely be here for the SmackDown and Rampage post show. I may pop in a little bit late, but I will be here. I will. I'm not
My
gonna miss
tag partner
it.
said she'll be here. So make sure y'all tune in, of course. And before we get out of here, we want to thank you guys for staying with us, of course, and tuning in with all of the videos that we have and all of the shows that we do. And of course, it's Impact Wrestling. And I know Santana didn't get to see Jay White and Chris Bay tonight, but of course, I mean, it's still too sweet. I mean, Trey Miguel got that victory, dog. I don't
Yeah,
give a
but
damn.
I would like to still
I don't
see.
give a damn.
I would like to see my people. It'd be nice.
I know it would be, but listen, things happen, and things always happen to the most dominating and the most original and the first and the undisputed and the reigning, of course, and one last time for Bobby, you know. Ooh, but
Right.
you know what it is. The Salt Shakers.
I mean, we
Every
still have, because we're pretty much done with the show. We're just trying to get it to an hour. So we still have, Asian Pacific Islander Heritage Month is still this month. We're literally come Tuesday, we're done with this month. Where we be done, everybody, the articles have been going crazy. We've gotten a lot of feedback, a lot of response from people who we have highlighted. We recently had a show, TK with DS and Viva Van, to discuss, their experience being a part of the Asian, American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, celebrating their culture, talk about their experience, and just people getting a little bit more familiar with who they are, what they do, and so on and so forth. So you haven't seen that, make sure you go back and look at it. It's on YouTube now, but you can still see it here on Twitch. So yeah, we still got some articles dropping all the way up until you meet the final boss on
the third.
Why did you? It said you left, but whatever.
Oh.
Okay, but yeah, all the way to you meet the final boss on May 31st. And like I always say, if you don't know who the final boss is, you'll find out who it is. Next month is LGBTQIA plus Pride Month. Nikki is the forefront. I'm taking a back seat this month. But I am a part of the community in my own mind.
She's an ally, so
I'm open to everything.
She gonna give y'all a really big surprise. I am personally, I will tell you, since it's the 27th.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for a very fun article that I'm gonna be working on called "The Importance of Bussy."
Oh,
and I am so.
You have no idea. Like, I know what you guys are thinking. Like, it's not that.
It's the team.
It's the team of Effie
and team. Yes.
The team of Effie and Allie. Yeah. So Bussy's on fire. Okay.
Bussy is on fire, according to GC.
Oh my god, that should be the title of it. I'm just like, no, you should do that because I'm like, what? Don't even think about it.
No, it's gonna be the importance of Bussy.
On fire.
That's the title. comma on fire. You never know.
You never know what happens over here. But yeah, so next month LGBTQIA plus Pride Month. We got.
You're not gonna hear me say all that. You're gonna hear me say LGBT plus.
Well, I'm gonna say it because
I can't do
that's
all
what
that.
listen. I listen. I want to be able to include everybody.
That's including everybody when you hit plus.
No, I gotta add all the letters because it is important. Okay, so I have to. I'm doing it right because I don't need.
Back in my day, we only had LGBT plus.
I don't need anybody from the community to jump on me. I am a part.
They won't.
I am a part of the community. Okay.
The community and it's gonna be fun, y'all. It really is, and y'all are gonna really get to see. Hopefully, a lot of people come in and be able to tell their stories and really shine a light on the importance of pride in companies and in wrestling in general. And
my articles, honestly.
Me too, girl. I honestly, with this being said, we want to continue to push the mold. So we hope that what we do here at Women's Wrestling Talk for this month sets a standard and just continues to push the mold of seeing, people of the community like myself in wrestling, but also, girl, ain't nobody gonna talk about shit right now. But also behind the scenes, in journalism, and especially when it comes to wrestling and podcasts, even referees and, just all aspects of wrestling. So again, thank you guys for joining us, the most dominating tag team here at Women's Wrestling Talk. Of course, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Until next time.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.